All right, everybody, welcome. Pilates All Levels with me, Mike. All right, we're gonna start seated. Please listen to your bodies and don't push past through any pain. Okay, so let's take a seat facing either direction here, or rather facing my direction preferably. Our feet will be hip width distance apart. Let's all grab behind our legs. All right, we'll use our arms to help us up right here, okay? So welcome, hello. You're good, okay. Our chest is nice and open, shoulder blades back. Let's just focus on our lateral breath work here. So rooting through our sit bones, we'll breathe into our sides. We inhale in. Into the sides of our ribs, we'll exhale, pulling our abdominals inwards, trying to sit up even taller, okay? We'll do a few more breaths here. We inhale. Breathing into the sides of our ribs, we exhale, pulling the navel in. Let's take one more deep breath in here, okay? Just supporting our upright posture. And on our exhale, let's start to round the spine. So we draw the navel inwards. Let's round the low back under by hollowing through our midline and tucking the pelvis under. We get that low back to stretch a bit. And then we inhale to sit up tall. You can use your arms as an assist. Very much like a seated cat stretch here. We'll pull in with our trunk muscles. Let's round our spine. Still keep the shoulders stacked above the hips though. We'll get that low back to stretch a bit. And then we sit up tall. We inhale. We'll do a couple more. Exhale to round. We round. We round, we get that stretch there. And then inhale the body upright last time. Exhale, we round. Rounding, okay. Now keep that curvature there. Let's start to take the body backwards. So stay round in the spine. You can keep a good grip on your legs. Let's roll the body back, just maybe where the low back touches the mat. We inhale, and then we exhale to roll forward, pulling in with those abs, shoulders over the hips. We sit up tall, inhale, a nice flat back. And then exhale, we round, rolling the body back, keeping that curvature. Our eye gaze goes straight through our knees there. We breathe in. And then exhale, let's round forward. Now we're going to add on. We build the body up, inhale. Exhale, let's roll the body back, okay? And then we'll hold here at the bottom. So let's take a breath in. On your exhale, take the left hand, reach it to that right knee. You can still grip that right thigh with the right hand. Now inhale to center, take that left hand back to the left thigh. Right hand reaches to the left knee. And so we get a little twist in the spine. We're lining our shoulders up just outside that leg that we're rotating to. So inhale to return, doing your best to keep your feet flat on the floor. I know that's challenging. Rotating, inhale to return, exhale to reach, and go. We inhale, exhaling, okay? Now hold in center, take a breath in, exhale, let's use our arms to roll back up. Press your hands into those knees, sit up tall, so hands on top of our shins this time. Tall into the spine, let's lift the chest up. Let's get a little bit of back extension here, opening the chest to the sky. All right, use those arms, lifting, and then find your neutral. Let's let go of those legs. Arms parallel to the floor, we breathe in. We exhale to roll the body back, okay? So rolling back just like how we did, but without the assist. Let's roll all the way down, resting the head, neck, and chest to the floor. Let's scoot in towards our heels. You can bend your knees as well. Our feet are hip width distance apart, okay? Heels 8 inches from our sit bones, so they're pretty close to our sit bones. Our knees are bent, okay? Let's take our hands on our hips, in front of our hips here. We're in our neutral alignment, meaning we're not arching the low back, we're not tucking the hips. We're in that nice in-between position. Let's all take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, let's pull in with our abs. Let's tuck that pelvis under again, just like what we were doing seated. All right, we round the low back into the mat without using those hamstrings so much. And then we find our neutral. We inhale. And again, exhale, tucking our hips under. All right, we round the low back into the mat. All right, so that low spine flattens to the floor. We get that tuck in the pelvis, and then we find our neutral. It's an inhale. And exhale, rounding. Let's flatten that low back into the mat, and let's start to elevate the hips up. All right, so we use our glutes, our hamstrings, elevating those hips up. We'll take our hands down by our sides. Let's get a nice bridge position here, okay? And just hold at the top of your bridge. You can just shift your weight side to side, pushing into one leg at a time, just to feel that activation in those hip extensors, okay? We keep that tuck in the pelvis. We're not arching the low back. Maybe we're feeling a bit of a stretch in our thighs, not letting our knees splay out to the sides. We breathe in, and then we'll exhale to roll the spine slowly back down. So work each piece of spine into the mat, and then find your neutral. Let's inhale. All right, and then again, exhale, pull with your trunk. Let's round the low back into the mat. Let's elevate the hips back up. All right, and feel as if there's a line drawing between your knees, hips, and shoulders. We're creating this length, this stretch between those 3 points here, okay? Hold at the top for a breath in, and then exhale, control it down. One vertebra at a time, maximizing that tuck. We round that low back into the floor. And then we find our neutral. It's an inhale. Again, exhale, core sitting inwards through the midline of the body. We imprint the low back to the mat. Elevate those hips up. Taking your time, once again, not letting your knees splay out to the sides. Shoulder blades back, rib cage is down. We hold at the top. It's a deep breath. And exhale, round down. So think of the upper back making contact with the mat. That mid back makes contact. And then really work that low back into the floor and find your neutral. Deep breaths in. One more bridge here. Exhale, we round, flattening the spine into the mat. We elevate here, drawing the ribs in, not letting the spine arch. Getting that nice hip extension here. Okay, let's all hold at the top of our bridge. Now drop your right hip down towards the mat. We get some rotation in the spine here. Exhale to square your hips back, okay? Inhale, drop the left hip down. Don't let the knee splay out to the side. And then exhale, square your hips back. We return. Inhale, that right hip drops. Exhale, squaring the pelvis back. Alternating here. The hip drops, the spine twists slightly. And then we activate that glute and that same side oblique to square our position back to center. One more left leg. It's an inhale. Exhale, we hold, we hold, we hold. Inhale. Exhale to roll the spine down. We round each vertebra into the mat. And then we find our neutral position here. Let's take our arms, stack them above your shoulders, and let's squeeze our feet and knees together. Reach your arms out to a T. Take your knees to the right. It's an inhale over. Keep that left knee, that left leg glued to the right leg. And then pull with your trunk muscles to return to center, all right? So we take our knees to the left. That right shoulder stays on the mat. We pull in with our abdominals, returning everything back to the start. Okay, inhale your knees over to the right. That left leg stays glued to the right leg, left shoulder on the mat. We pull in with our trunk muscles to return to center. Inhale the knees over to the left. We draw that line across the ceiling with those knees. We're getting a twist, all right? So mobilizing the spine, but of course, activating those deep oblique muscles to make this twist happen. Let's go one more to the left. Inhaling over. And then exhale, squeezing back to center. Let's hold in center here, interlacing our fingers behind our head, okay? Keep the feet and knees glued together. Let's all breathe in. Exhale, pull in with your head, neck, and chest. We lift up, all right? Keep our feet on the floor. They're still glued together though. Feet on the mat there. Our eye gaze is straight towards our knees. And then just inhale, let's lower the head, neck, and chest down. All right, our elbows are on our peripheral vision. All right, we pull in with our trunk. We fold the head, neck, and chest forward and up. Eye gaze to our knees. Inhale back down. And exhale, pulling in, lifting our head, neck, and chest up. Eye gaze to our knees here. All right, inhaling back. We'll do a few more like this. Exhale, drawing everything inwards, getting that flexion in the upper spine. Inhale back down. Let's add on. We exhale to lift our chest up. Now we're going to hold for a breath in. Let's all reach for our legs. We'll grab our legs. We come up a little higher. We fold at the upper spine, still keeping the pelvis still. I don't want you to flatten or round the low back into the mat, okay? Keep the chest lifted here. Don't lose any height as you take the hands back behind your head and then exhale to lower everything to the floor. We'll go again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Again, lifting our trunk up. We get that chest lift position. We go to our height. Let's grab our legs. We come up a little higher in the spine. We get that height there. Now, keep that height. We breathe. Take the hands back behind your head and exhale to lower down. Let's try one more like that. We breathe in. Exhale. Pulling in with the abs. The head, neck, and chest lift. Reach for those legs. We grab those legs. We come up a little higher. All right. Use those arms. Now stay lifted. Let's take the hands back behind your head. Stay lifted here. Now exhale, lift that right leg up to a tabletop position. Inhale, set that foot down. Nothing changes. Exhale, the left leg lifts tabletop. Inhale, set the foot down, maintaining that chest lift height. We exhale, we pull. Inhale that foot down. Exhale, the other leg up. Everything else staying stable and still. Let's go one more each leg. We lift and lower. We lift and lower. Now lift the right leg up tabletop one more time. Rotate the spine to the right. Let's all grab that right leg. Okay. So we use our arms to help us up here. Let's line our chin and our chest just outside that right leg. Keep the spine lifted. Let's all take our hands back behind our head. Place that right foot down. Rotate back to center. Lift the left leg up tabletop. Rotate towards that left leg now. Let's all grab that left leg. All right, we can use our arms to really situate our position here. Our sternum, our chin is lined up outside that left leg. Keep those abs in. Place the hands back. Place the foot down. Rotate to center. Lower your head, neck, and chest to the floor. Let's take our arms to a T. Cross the left leg over the right and bring your knees to the right for a twist. We could take our right hand, press it into that left leg a bit, keeping our left shoulder on the floor. We can create a twist here in the spine. Right arm back out to a T, pull in with your trunk muscles, return those legs back. Let's switch legs, right over left, all right? Take your knees to the left, all right? I'm gonna place my left hand on my right knee, shoulders on the mat. Breathing here, going for this nice twist, opening the mid-spine, okay? Keeping that right shoulder blade anchored to the floor. We can apply some pressure down into that left knee. Arms back out to a T. We pull in with our trunk to return. We uncross our legs. Feet hip width distance apart again. Hands by our sides. Let's find our bridge again. So we start in neutral. We inhale. Exhale, round the low back into the mat. Let's start to elevate the hips back up into our bridge. Okay. Now, we hold at the top of our bridge. Let's stabilize the body on that right leg. Let's lift that left leg tabletop. Okay, hold. Now, inhale, let's touch the left foot to the floor. Exhale that left leg back up for 6. Inhale, touch the foot down. Exhale, back up for 5. Inhale, touch, exhale, lift for 4. Let's go for 3. Keeping the hips stable and still for 2. And 1. Now straighten that left leg long. Hold it. Keep that left leg reaching towards the sky. Lower the hips down 3 to 4 inches. And exhale, press the hips back up, reaching that left foot even higher. We lower the hips down and press up. 2 more here. Inhale, exhale. 1 more towards the mat. Drive it up. Set that left foot back down. Re-scoot through the hips. Let's breathe in. And then exhale, roll your spine slowly down, 1 piece at a time, okay? Finding your neutral, we inhale, reset your feet if necessary. Exhale, back into your tuck. Let's elevate the hips back into our bridge. Keeping the rib cage soft. Stabilize the body on the left leg. Let's lift the right leg tabletop, okay? Now inhale, touch that right foot to the floor. We exhale that right leg back up. Inhale, exhale, pulling that thigh towards you for 2. Inhale, exhale, 1. Now straighten that right leg long. Okay, so that right leg is perpendicular to the floor. We drop the hips a few inches, and then we press through that left leg, reaching the foot to the sky. The ribs stay soft. We keep that trunk connected to the pelvis. So important. Reaching that left leg up. Last 2 and 1. Let's all set that right foot to the floor. Re-scoop through the hips. Let's all take our arms overhead now. Okay, hands hovering up off the floor. We'll breathe in. And then exhale, rolling the spine down. Keep those arms reaching overhead, maximizing that tuck. We work each vertebra into the mat, and we find neutral. It's an inhale. Take the hands above your shoulders. Exhaling the head, neck, and chest up. Those arms reach long past our legs, all right? Inhale, the hands come up, the head, neck, and chest lowers back down. Arms reach back overhead. Exhale, tuck the hips under, elevate back up into your bridge. All right, elevating here. Elevating here. We pause for a breath in. Okay, and exhale to roll the spine down, keeping those arms reaching. All right, alternating between our bridge and our chest lift. Once you find neutral in the hips, inhale, the hands come up, the head, neck, and chest lifts, exhaling that air out. Okay, we're gonna do 1 more of those. Inhale, the hands come up, arms reach back overhead, exhaling back into your bridge. Keeping that tuck, getting those glutes to fire, keeping the rib cage soft, not arching through the back. Pause, inhale. Exhale, rolling down, reaching. Think of pulling the spine apart in either direction. Work each vertebra into the mat. Find your neutral. Inhale. Exhale, those hands come up. The head, neck, and chest lifts back up. Find your chest lift here. Okay, let's all inhale. Let's bring the hands back behind our head. Stay lifted. Now exhale, just rotate the upper spine to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to return. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Alternating sides here. Getting that rotation in the spine. We go to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Getting those obliques to work. One more to the left. Inhale back to center. Stay lifted. And then exhale to lower your head, neck, and chest to the floor. Just reach your arms out to a T. Let's lift our right leg tabletop, left leg to match. Both legs tabletop for our full spine twist. Let's take our knees to the right. Inhale over. Exhale, pulling with your abdominals. Return those legs back to center. We take our knees to the left. Inhale. Exhale, pulling with our obliques. We return to center, taking our knees. We alternate sides. Inhale over. Exhale back, keeping tall in our position. We take our knees to the left. We breathe. Exhaling back, inhaling our knees to the right. Exhaling back. Really think of drawing inwards, creating that inner corset here, okay? Pull with those obliques to return to center. Inhale over. Exhale, pull with those obliques. Last one to the left. Inhale. Exhale back. Now hold in center. Let's straighten our legs long, okay? You can keep your knees bent if that's too much on your hamstrings. Take your knees to the right or feet to the right. And then pull with your trunk to return those legs back. Inhale your feet to the left. That right shoulder stays on the mat. We exhale to pull back to center. Inhale the feet over to the right. Exhale, pull with your trunk to return. Inhale over to the left. Exhaling back. Now take your feet to the right. You have an option here. You can keep going side to side, or you can add a small circle down, around, back, and return to the start. So we take our feet to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Circle. Down, around, to the right, and then back. Alternating sides in this corkscrew. Okay. Keep the abs in. So important that the ribs stay down. We don't arch the back. Circling the legs out and around and return. Let's go one more to the right. Inhale. Exhale out and around and return. Finishing to the left. Inhale. Getting those hip flexors to work. Back to center. Bend the knees. Just hug your knees to your chest and rock the body side to side. Okay. Pulling those knees in. Just rounding the spine into the floor. You can hold in center and you can make some hip circles here, on hands on the knees, circling the knees out and around, getting those inner thighs to open up a little bit, and then reversing directions. Okay. All right, and then let's hold in center, hug the knees to your chest. Let's breathe in, exhale. Let's lift ball-like position here on our back. Let's lift our shins parallel to the floor. Hold here. Keep the chest lifted. Let's inhale. Take the hands behind your head. Straighten the right leg out long. Exhale to pull that thigh back in. This single leg stretch exercise. Inhale. Exhale to pull. Keeping that chest lift. Keep the feet at that same consistent height throughout. Inhale out, exhale, pull in. Inhale out, Exhale, pull in. Inhale out. Exhale, pull in. Now take the right leg long. Rotate the spine to the left. Return to center. Exhale, rotate to your right. Left leg extends. Inhale to return. Exhale, other side. Keeping the chest lifted. Getting that clean rotation around the spine. Rotating the elbows stay wide. Inhale through center. Exhale, one more to your right. Okay. To the left. Back to center. Let's grab our legs. Come up a little higher. Let's round the back into the mat a little bit more. And let's roll all the way to seated. Let's find our ball posture here. Okay. We're gonna get into some roll like a ball here. You can grab down by your ankles if you can. You can also grab up towards your knees. Okay, this is a little more advanced, grabbing closer to our feet. But do your best to keep your knees together. Your elbows can come out to the sides a bit. We're rounding the spine. Let's inhale the body back to the base of the shoulder blades. Exhale back up to seated, using a little bit of momentum here. So take your time. Take your time. Inhale back. Exhale up. Pausing at the top. Not letting the feet touch the floor if you can. Breathing. Taking the body back. Exhale up. We pause. Moving with the breath. It's an inhale. Exhale up. Pause. Couple more here. We'll move on. Roll like a ball here. We get a nice stretch in the spine, as well as some good abdominal activation too. Last time here, we inhale back. Exhale up. Now hold. Let's lift our legs to a tabletop position, challenging you a little bit more. You can hold here, all right, keeping your hands on your legs if you'd like. Flatten your spine, okay? Doing your best to get a diagonal in your upper body. Engage your hip flexors. You can take your arms long by your sides. Otherwise, keep them on those legs. Let's roll the spine back. Can you keep your legs still in space? We roll the body back. That low back makes contact with the mat, and we roll up to seated. Flat back again. 2 more. We roll back, a lot of hip flexor work, hip flexor control, abdominal work, and back up, flat back, 1 more time, rolling, rounding, maximizing that tuck. Inhale, we sit up tall, grab those legs, bend your knees, bring your feet together and pull those heels towards your sit bones here, okay? Nice inner thigh opening here. You can press your elbows into the floor, into the insides of your thighs a little bit, folding the body over the feet. You can also take your hands behind you and elevate your hips up off the mat a little bit, creating a flat back, really getting those inner thighs to open up, keeping tall. Okay. Getting a good stretch here. We'll sit our hips back to the floor. Let's scoot back, straightening our legs long. Let's point through our feet here. I'm going to take my feet to the very front end of the mat. Arms parallel to the floor for our roll-ups here. Let's see that C-curve position. We inhale. Exhale. Let's roll the spine back, keeping that tuck. Feet remain in contact with the mat. Arms reach overhead. It's an inhale. The hands come up. Head, neck, and chest lifts. We exhale to roll up to seated. All right, we pause at the top. It's an inhale. Exhale, we reverse. We roll all the way down onto our backs here. Arms overhead. It's an inhale. The hands come up. Head, neck, and chest lifts. We round the low spine into the mat. We roll all the way up to seated. It's a deep breath in. We inhale. Exhale to reverse. Rolling the body back, working each piece of the spine into the mat, finally taking our arms overhead. It's an inhale. The hands come up, head, neck, and chest lifts. Exhaling to roll up to C. Let's do a couple more. We breathe in. Exhale, reverse. Okay. Last time. Or I should say, two more. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts, pulling in with those trunk muscles, rolling up to seated. We breathe in. Exhale to reverse. Working each piece of the spine into the mat. Arms overhead. Last time. Inhale, the hands come up, head, neck, and chest lifts. Exhale, now sit up tall. Let's flatten the back. We'll interlace the fingers behind our head. Let's flex our feet here. Tall in our position. Let's pull in with our trunk muscles. Let's all rotate to our left. Okay. Inhale to return. Exhale, let's rotate to our right. So can you rotate from your spine without shifting your hips forward or back? So if you're moving your hips, you'll notice one foot reaching forward past the other. Okay. Inhale to return. Exhale to the other side. So rotating just from those trunk muscles. The upper back is active. Obliques active. Twist, pulling the navel inwards. Go to the right. Now let's go to the left. Let's hold at our left side here. Just an easy twist here. You can push your hands, your right hand into your left leg here. All right. Left arm behind you. You can get a little assisted twist here using your arms. Okay. Then we'll take our hands back. We return. Rotate to the right. Left hand to the right leg. Right arm behind you here. Rooting through our sit bones. Sitting up tall. Going for this twist. All right. And then let's take the hands back behind our head, return to center. Now separate your feet shoulder width distance, okay? Now, a little different. Let's rotate back to the left, okay? Twist the spine to the left. Now, can you tilt your spine to the right? I'm gonna work to take my right elbow just to the outside of my right knee. Okay, and then I'll pull in with my trunk, doing my best to keep my left sit bone in contact with the floor. I return back to center. So let's twist to our right. Okay, now tilt the spine to the left. Work to reach that left elbow to the outside of the left knee. Keep that right sit bone in contact with the floor. We stack back up. We're still facing the right, and we return. Let's do one more each. Rotate to your left. Tilt the spine to the right. I'm gonna take that right elbow just outside. Get a stretch on that left side. Right elbow to just outside of that right knee. Pull in with your trunk to return. Let's go to the right. Last time. Tilt the spine to our left. Left elbow. Left knee. Pull in with those obliques. Return to center. Hold in center. Let's take the hands forward. We breathe in. Okay, spine is flat. We're tall. Parallel to the floor with the arms. We inhale. Now exhale. Nod your chin to your chest. Let's round the spine. We keep the abdominals active. We fold the body at the sternum. Now inhale. Work to flatten the back a little bit at the bottom. Exhale. Pull in with those obliques, those deep abs. Let's slowly stack the body up tall. Let's do two more like that. Inhale. For our spine stretch, we exhale, we nod our chin towards our chest, we round and roll. Bringing those hands past the heels, we breathe in. Exhale. Pulling in with those trunk muscles, the navel draws in towards the spine. We stack up one vertebra at a time. Last one, inhale, exhale. Rounding and rolling. Taking the hands past the heels, it's a deep breath in. And exhale, pulling in with those abs, slowly stacking up. Now sit up tall here. Let's interlace our fingers just in line with our sternum here, okay? Warming up our upper body just a little bit here. Let's pull with the left arm, resist with the right, okay? Now pull with the right arm, resist with the left, okay? Keeping our trunk active. We get some upper body work here, those shoulder blades, those rear deltoids work. We're pulling the hands in either direction. Keeping the body still. It's tempting to want to rotate the spine. Just move the arms. Keep the body square forward. Pull and resist. Pull and resist. Okay? Pull and resist. Taking the hands over. We're going to go one more to the left. One more to the right. Pull and resist. Bring the hands back, relax the arms. Now take the hands behind you. Let's point the feet. Bring the feet about hip width distance apart. So a flat back here, you have an option to point your fingers towards your hips. If that's too intense on the wrists, you can take your hands out to the sides here. Okay, but key things here is we don't slouch in our shoulders. Shoulder blades are back and down. We point through our feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull in with your abdominals. Let's lift our hips up for our back support. There we go. And then inhale, the hips come back down. Again, exhale. Elevating the hips, working those arms into the floor. Inhale, moving the body around those shoulders, not letting them elevate. Exhale, tall, tall, tall. And one more here, inhale. Exhale, elevate, 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 and then inhale down, just round the spine forward. Just an easy, passive low back stretch here. And then let's roll the body onto our backs for a moment here. Roll all the way down, practicing our roll over options here. Let's lift our right leg tabletop. Left leg to match, okay? So keeping the legs tabletop, all right? Pull the knees towards the chest, round like a ball, and see if you can stack your hips right above your shoulders. Eye gaze stays straight up towards your knees, and then just resist back down. Okay, so you have that option there. All right, you can progress by straightening the legs out at a small angle. Inhale, stacking the feet up over the hips, exhaling the legs parallel to the floor. Inhale, flex the feet, separate the legs, take the feet to the floor, and roll the spine back down. We're just going to do one more depending on which version you're doing. Legs together. Inhale. Exhaling up and over. Inhale, flex, separate, hinging at the hip joints, feet to the floor, rolling the spine, slowly down, just pointing the feet, hug the knees into the chest, take the knees wide, and rock side to side. You can even grab your feet, pulling your knees just to the outside of your shoulders here. Rocking side to side. Okay. Rounding our spine into the floor. And then we'll take one foot at a time to the mat. Let's all flip onto our left side, okay, with the knees bent. Head rest. We'll do some quick sideline work here. So those knees are bent, the heels line up with your tailbone here. Trunk is active. There's space between our left side and the floor. Let's lift that right knee up. Feet stay glued together. We return. Lifting the thigh up, visualizing that we're pushing that thigh into something heavy, okay? We keep our neutral. Inhale, knees together. Exhale, that thigh lifts. Inhale. Exhale up. All right, now one more. Lift the thigh up. Straighten that right leg long. Pointing the right foot. Take the right leg back. Flex that foot. Take it forward. Point to reach back. Keeping your position. Flex. Let's take it forward. Point to reach back. Flexing it forward. Point to reach back. You should feel some outer hip work here. One more forward. One more back. And then bring your feet and knees together here. Let's come on up to our left elbow. Taking that right arm to a T. Let's just see a dynamic twist here, rotating, squaring our upper body towards the mat, opening the chest back up. Last two, just an easy twist here. Opening back up. One more. Opening back up. Now hold. Let's find a mermaid-like position, a figure four. Tilt the body to your right. See a side bend here, stretching that whole left side. I like to take the left hand over my head with the palm facing the ceiling. All right, stretching. Now take the left arm behind you. The fingers can point to the wall behind you here. Let's drive our hips forward and up. Our eye gaze can go to our left hand, stretching that right arm overhead. Get that right hip flexor to open up. And then we lower the hips back down. Now, take your left arm out. Let's stack our feet and knees back to where they were. Find your mermaid or side plank prep-like position with the feet stacked. We're going to push our knees into the floor. Lift your hips up, stabilizing the body on that left arm. Bend the right elbow. You can modify on your elbow if you'd like, okay? Rotate the upper body. Work to square your chest to that left hand and then open the body back up for four. Go again, actively pushing into the floor with that left arm. Last two. Opening, opening, opening. One more. Getting that upper spine to twist, hips to the mat. One last quick side bend. Let's go to the right. Stretching here. And we'll stack back up. You can just roll those shoulders out a little bit. All right. We'll switch sides. Let's come on down to our right side. So, lying on your right arm, knees will be bent, heels in line with your tailbone. You can move your hips around in space just to feel where your neutral is. Let's lift that left knee straight up. Okay, so what we're focusing on, number one, is our alignment. That thigh lifts, the feet stay together. You should feel that outer hip work, that glute. It fires to lift that thigh out and up. It's abducting. Okay, last two. One more. Now hold that knee up, straighten the left leg long. Let's take the leg back a little bit, flex the foot, take it forward. We point to reach back, flex forward, pointing back, flexing forward, keeping that foot at that same height throughout. The trunk remains active. One more back, more forward. Bring the feet and knees back together there. Let's come on up to our right elbow. All right, here we go. Let's take that left arm to a T, thread it just around, just between that right elbow, right hip, untwist, back up, two more. Rotating, rotating, opening back up, moving around the trunk, using those abdominals last time. Opening up, let's find our mermaid-like posture. We sit up tall and we'll tilt our spine now to our left, stretching that right underside. You can rotate to that left leg, deepening the side bend. And we open the spine back up. Let's take our right hand behind us with those fingers pointing behind us here. Let's pike our hips up. You can activate that left glute a little bit here. You'll feel a bit of a hip flexor stretch there. And we'll lower our hips to the floor. Let's take that right hand to the center of the mat, right next to us here. Feet and knees stacked here. Let's push the legs into the floor, the hips will lift up off. We're stabilizing on that right arm, fingertips to the left side of your head. Rotate to square your chest to that floor, pushing into the floor, opening the chest back. We return. Rotating, that chest squares to the mat. We open back up. Last two. Think of actively pushing into the floor with that right arm. We got one more. Open, 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 hips to the mat. Let's find our figure four one last time. Stretching that right side out just a little bit here. And let's come on down to a prone position on our stomach here. So, face hovering up off the mat, hands below our shoulders. Bring your legs together if you can, okay? Legs can squeeze together, otherwise they are hip to shoulder width distance apart. All right, the sternum, the rib cage stays anchored to the mat. The abs are active. We have some length in the low back as we inhale to reach the head, neck, and chest forward and up. So activate that upper back, getting some strength there, and then exhale to lower down, okay? Again, inhale, tall through the upper back, lengthening the spine, forward and up. We exhale, control it down. Again, inhale, upper back activates, working that upper spine, keeping our position, getting those upper back muscles to really activate. Let's go for one more. Inhale, inhale, now hold. Let's slide the hands overhead, push the elbows into the mat, lifting the chest up slightly higher. We engage the right glute, lift the left arm as that right leg lifts, okay? We engage the left glute, lifting the left leg as that right hand lifts. So opposite arm, opposite leg here. And return, keeping our position. Abs stay active as we alternate. Glute engages first, we lift and return. That glute fires first, the leg will lift. Opposite arm reaches and push and lift. Last one, right arm, left leg. And relax everything to the floor. Bring your hands just by your ribs here. Separate your feet about shoulder width distance if they're not already there. Elevating the head, neck, and chest forward and up. Let's push with our hands. Go to as high as you feel comfortable. Opening the front of the body here. Getting tall in your spine. Bending the elbows back to your ribs. Okay, we lower down. Let's go for one more. Okay, really think of activating the upper back. Work from the upper back. Extending the spine, keep the abs in, the mid back, and then the low back can work a little bit. Keep those abdominals supporting the spine as you straighten the arms if you can. Okay. And then bend the elbows, roll the spine down. Let's interlace the fingers just below our forehead. Bending the knees will take the feet side to side. Getting some traction in our low back here. All right, and then we'll take our legs long. Let's push our elbows into the floor. Take your hips back towards your heels, resting your head on the forehead on the mat with the arms long. You can bring your hands together here. Okay, let's bring our hands to the right side of the mat. You can grab that wrist with the left hand. Okay. And then we'll take our hands to the left side of the mat, grabbing the right wrist with that left hand. Okay. And then back to center. Let's go hands and knees. Spreading the fingers wide. Okay, you can come onto your elbows if this bothers your wrists. Let's do a cat stretch here. We tuck our hips under, rounding the spine. Let's get some flexion in that upper spine and the low spine, dropping the head down, getting a stretch between the shoulder blades and the neck. Finding neutral, keep the abs active. Let's lift the chest up, forward and up, getting that upper back to activate. And then hold and center here. Take the right leg long behind you, left to match. Hold in this plank position. Point the right foot. Same thing we did on our stomach. Let's lift that right leg up. The glute fires, the leg lifts. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch legs. Point the left foot. The glute fires for 6. We lift for 5, 4. Tall in our alignment for 3, 2, 1. Let's pike the hips up. Let's see our Pilates up stretch here, okay? So head can rest between our elbows, reaching our heels into the floor. You can alternate bending knees, getting those calves to really stretch here, opening through the back of the body. And then let's walk our feet towards our hands. Bend your knees deep. Okay, let's grab our elbows in this forward fold position here. Okay, head relaxed. And just taking deep breaths. Try to get some deep breaths across that upper back. We inhale. Now exhale, pull in with your trunk muscles. Let's slowly round and roll the spine up. Keep the abs in. Keep that tuck in the pelvis and really emphasize the stretch in the upper back as you stack up. All right, we'll build the body up to tall standing here. See a few shoulder circles here. All right, so letting the shoulders elevate to the ears and back around. All right, and just reverse those circles. Taking some breaths in here. Relaxing our shoulders there. We'll finish for the afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining.